Our
What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. You have your normal Tuesday hosts, myself, Alpha Dog Bets, here with JD from Line Movers, and yet again, we had to bring him back because the guy can't stop winning on this show. Hefe Picks is back in the house. Hefe, happy Hefe Day. I'm sure the comments will be saying that very soon because every time you're here, our audience is fired up. How are you today, Hefe? Thanks for jumping on.
What's up, boys? Feeling good today. A lot of energy. I'm feeling like feeling energized. I feel a good synergy. I feel a good show coming, boys.
I feel the same. The weather's finally nice in our area. The last couple of days have been brutal. It's sunny again in the greater New York City area.
That's what it is.
JD, how's life by you? How's the weather out there?
Well, first off, I am doing great, and the weather is even better, man. The high today is 74. It is sunny out. And yes, I have a feeling today is going to be a very good show. We were talking before the show here, and we were getting into it, and kind of forgot to start the show on time.
Yep.
That show's going to be very fun. So.
Absolutely. Great segue into what we're going to be talking about today. You know, you can't put me, JD, and Hefe in a room and ask us to not start debating the football game last night because we're going to start going way too early, and that is what happened. But before we dive in to the football recap from last night, because there's a lot we have to talk about, let's check in on the comments and see who's here with us today. J-Bo is here saying, good morning, fellas. Good morning, J-Bo. We appreciate you. He's also saying, what's up, Hefe? We knew we'd have some Hefe fans in the house today. Joe is here again. Another day, another dollar. Let's fucking win. The signature JD line. We absolutely love it there. Fellas, let's recap how everything went down and kind of talk about the NFL and, what happened last night. So let's dive right into it. We're going to go into the Monday recap. I'll quickly talk about my plays. We lost the Bears. I'm never betting on them again. I can't stand them, and they're a horrible NFL franchise. Enough I've said about them. On the other end, the Falcons, big win for us. They got us the -5.5. Did we deserve the -5.5? Absolutely not. We got it because of a blocked extra point, but we'll take the cash and we'll run. It was an even 1-1 day for me. JD, how'd you do yesterday?
Pretty good. It was a 2-1 day. Really should have been a 3-0 day. The Vikings first half team total over. They went for it. They're on. I believe it was 4th and 3 when they were already up 10-0 there. And so we missed out that one. And there was also that actually dropped catch there also. But I did go 2-1. So that means I finally did it. We are up to 100 wins now.
Let's go.
So since we started the show, I'm at 100 in wins, and I've actually lost 66. So we're definitely doing good here.
So if my calculations are correct, that's an unbelievable winning streak, an unbelievable winning percentage. So keep giving the people your best bets and keep cashing. Hefe, how'd you do yesterday? Let's talk a little about the NFL. What'd you think of last night?
Did okay yesterday. Hit the Falcons, even though I feel like I didn't. But I did for whatever reason. Shouldn't have won that game. Ridiculous. Let me just start off with this first tangent here. Okay. The NFL must institute an immediate rule for next year. We have to be able to review this ridiculous hands to the face situation with the QBs. Yeah. I just, what is happening? What is going on? How do you expect these people to tackle anybody? What could have Spillane done differently on that play that wouldn't have garnered that dumbass penalty? And I'm on the Falcons, and I still think it was a dumb, ridiculous penalty. But by the grace of God and or Vegas, whatever you believe in more, they got a blocked kick. And you know what's funny? I almost expected it. The Falcons special teams yesterday was absurd. They were playing they were the best out of the 3 units. They were the best out of the 6 units on the field.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
was insane. It was crazy. With that being said, we hit the Falcons. I was also one of those pessimists. I was like, both of these can't be so public. And I went with the Bears. And obviously, Chicago just did Chicago things. Ridiculous. How I feel coming out of last night is moving forward with these two teams is simple. Vikings won, Falcons won. I couldn't care less. I think they're both frauds.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. I know we talk about it on the show all the time. We spoke about it in depth yesterday, but the Vikings just feel like a team, excuse me, every year that are in the same boat. And as the season winds down, they tend to lose a game or two, and then they lose in the first round of the playoffs. They had a big win last night, though. They didn't go typical Vikings. They were able to hold it together. I just wish they ran the ball more. That was the biggest thing I took away from the game. In the second half, the Vikings started the second half with 10 consecutive throws. They wouldn't run the ball, and they went 3 and out on back-to-back possessions. They were able to start getting it going, but they really need to run the ball here. And Kirk Cousins, man, that's another big takeaway I have from this. What's happened to him? I know JD wanted to talk about this as well, so we are going to bring up the Kirk Cousins topic. But JD, this guy's fully lost his confidence, and I think that's the main thing you could see with him. It's not a talent issue. It's not a skill issue. It's not a coaching issue. It's his confidence. You see, there's guys wide open and crossing routes. He's delaying his throw. He's throwing late. He's not getting the ball out on time. And I truly believe his confidence is shot. What do you think about right now, this Falcons team? And what do you think about Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, man. As far as Kirk goes, it's like gone. Like it's just nowhere to be found. Because actually, just like we said on yesterday's show, he goes to that first read, and if he doesn't have that, and then like you said, he is late. I mean, super late to everything else. And like, of course, like he like can't move. So that leaves him with not much there. Like that was like last night. That was the ultimate Falcons get right spot. Like everything set up so well. And at the end of that game, I literally texted you and I said, "So who is trying to lose here?"
Yep.
Because like it was almost like the Falcons was actually the team trying to lose when actually the Raiders were the team trying to lose. Like it was just wild to me. With like Cousins, I'm actually not sure what they can do. I mean, like because
there's nothing. There's nothing.
Oh, I have a theory. You guys want to open up this wormhole? Let's go into this wormhole.
If you say that the Giants trade for Kirk Cousins, I'm kicking
everybody
you off
relax.
The show and ending the show immediately.
Everybody relax. Chat. Get ready for an hour-long show because this is how it's gonna go. Here we go. Kirk Cousins' contract is actually set up. Yeah, by the way, thank you, J-Bo. Who's sitting next to a NASCAR track right now? Which one of you choose next to a NASCAR track?
My window's open, so that it could be me. It could be me.
Let's not pretend that we didn't just hear that. I'm like, is somebody watching
didn't.
a police chase?
It has to be me.
That was crazy. Thank you. Thank you for J-Bo saying it in the chat. I'm in my head. I'm like, what just happened? Like,
Window shut. I hope you're happy. I'm going to be hot and sweaty now, but it's shut for you. J-Bo, that's for you. You're welcome.
Thank you. Jameis Winston bench, by the way, Dorian Thompson-Robinson getting the start. Anyway, Kirk Cousins' contract is set up that the Falcons guaranteed so much of the money they already had to pay him that he actually is tradable going into next offseason because the cap hit is going to be pretty low, being that the Falcons already absorbed most of that money. Maybe they weren't morons for drafting Penix top 10. Maybe they knew what they were doing, and Arthur Blank just got that type of Home Depot money where he doesn't care about cutting $100 million check. And I mean, could there be a team that's more well suited for Kirk Cousins next year and let Penix kind of take the reins? I guess. I just
who the hell wants him?
The Jets. I don't know.
Oh, that would be amazing. As a Giants fan, and we know some of our good friends are Jets fans, I would love every single
49ers.
second.
I don't know. I'm just throwing out names.
You want to give the audience your theory about the 49ers? I'll give you a couple minutes to do that.
Oh, no problem. It's not a theory. Thank God this is being recorded. I'm gonna look like a genius. My theory is Niners are gonna let Purdy walk. They don't want to pay him average NFL money, which, by the way, is like $50 million for a quarterback.
Yep.
I think they bring home the prodigal son. He has risen once again in Aaron Rodgers to San Francisco, and the Niners run it back one last time with the crew. Rodgers sails off into the sunset, and with Shanahan coaching, he's going to be in a much better position than he is right now, with God knows who's about to take over there in Woody Johnson-led town.
You know what today's rumor is on ESPN? You know, it's from ESPN, so take it with a grain of salt. They're just trying to find things to talk about. But they're saying the Bears should trade multiple draft picks for Shanahan to coach and then give Caleb Williams Shanahan in Chicago, and he should take over. They were saying this morning a mock trade of a second-round pick and a fourth-round pick.
Dude, do you remember what the Broncos traded to the Saints for Sean Payton?
I don't remember what they...
Because I'm pretty sure it was a first.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I'm pretty sure it was a first-round pick.
And it worked. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's working. The Broncos are completely back. They have a young, good team with a young core, and they've built the right way. They're a playoff contending team, and I think they're only going to get better as the years go on.
They
do
are.
You guys think maybe the Bears should do that? JD, do you think the Bears should make a trade for potentially Shanahan bringing the quarterback whisperer to maybe help Caleb Williams? Because God knows, Caleb needs some help over there.
I mean, actually, that would help them, sure. I just don't know if he would actually do it.
It's a trade. You don't really have a choice.
Well, I mean,
him and Lynch are connected.
Yeah, that's just one I just don't see. Yeah.
I think Bears throw everything, including possibly renaming the stadium at Ben Johnson.
I don't think it happens. I've said it, JD. We've talked about it on the show, and this is the last thing we'll talk about. We do have to get into today's slate because we have 4 games we're breaking down. But Ben Johnson should go to the Cincinnati Bengals. They need to fire Zach Taylor. And what better offense are you going to bring in for a guy like Ben Johnson that has Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and that skills and the stars they have over there? Don't you think that would be the ideal situation? Wouldn't that terrify you? You think Ben Johnson is going to leave the Lions and go interdivision and go to the Bears? You don't think he has some kind of loyalty to them?
I don't see Zach Taylor being fired. I think they have the easy out in Cincinnati. You fired the D coordinator. You retool on defense. There is nothing wrong with their offense. Matter of fact, Joe Burrow might be leading the NFL in pretty much every offensive statistical category. I know Jamar Chase is winning the Triple Crown for wide receivers, I believe.
Yep.
That offense, which Zach Taylor's the play caller for, has nothing wrong going on.
Yep, so he's a great offensive coordinator. Agreed. How is the rest of the team? He's the head coach. It all falls on him. I'm sorry. He's been there for years. And shut up, Footy. We know we have a terrible quarterback. We all know. But we're in the draft race. So we're waiting till we see what position the Giants are probably going to have the second pick. We're not going to go down this rabbit hole because this will turn into a 7-hour show because I don't want Shedeur Sanders. I don't know how Hefe feels about that, so we're not going to go into that. Fellas, we have to do it. People need the bets. Let's get into a little college basketball, fellas. The first game we're going to be breaking down today is going to be Clemson versus South Carolina. Clemson's coming in 25th in the country. They're 9-2 on the year, but they're only 1-1 on the road. On the other side, South Carolina is 7-3 on the year, but they're 5-1 at home. So Clemson does not have a lot of experience on the road this season, but they do have a lot of older players that have been there before. JD, let's start with you. Everyone knows you are the college basketball guy, one of the best in the business. What do you like in Clemson, South Carolina tonight?
Yeah, as far as this line here tonight, I was a little bit shocked. Because both teams have been playing well. But to me, Clemson is just a much better overall team here. And we're getting them coming off of that loss. They lost to Memphis. So, this line to me just seems really short. So I really dug in. And when you look at basically anything, as far as field goal percentage, actually threes made per game, as far as rebounds, literally anything that you want to look at, Clemson is actually better. Literally everywhere. So this line, I actually made it -6. It was one of those lines that seemed, what you want to call a trap line.
Yeah.
I just have to take it though. You can get Clemson on the money line now at a -120. And I'm going to be all over it. So.
I respect that because I'm on the same exact wavelength, JD. You take a look at who these two teams have played. Let's just take a look at recency games. Clemson's last game was an overtime loss to Memphis. Memphis is still a good team. They won at Miami. They won at home versus Kentucky. They beat Penn State. That's been a surprise of college basketball. Penn State's a very good team this year. On the other side, South Carolina's most recent game. Whoever the hell Upstate is, UPST. South Carolina Upstate Spartans. Never heard of them. Game before that, ECU. Not also a great team. Game before that, Boston College, not a great basketball program. Game before that, Virginia Tech. They're okay, not a great school. And the game before that, Xavier, who they got blown out by. So the talent that Clemson has played has been at a higher level. They've played good games and competed with all these teams. Give me Clemson on the money line at -120. Just like JD, we will cash this bet. Let's get it. Hefe,
Not even going to waste a lot of you guys' time. I like Clemson, man. Feisty team. Play really hard and play really well together. A couple upperclassmen on this team, too.
Yep.
9-2 on the year. Look, South Carolina's not bad. They won 4 games in a row to 7-3 clip. But before Clemson's tough loss to Memphis, they were on a roll, winning 4 in a row. I think they get back to their winning ways tonight. They're ranked for a reason. Give me Clemson on the money line.
There we go. Tar Heel. Get excited, baby, because you know where we're going next. We are going to the Tar Heels. The Tar Heels are taking on the Gators tonight. North Carolina's coming in 6-4 on the year, taking on Florida, who is 10-0 and ranked 7th in the nation. Let's go over the BPI. North Carolina is favored in the ESPN BPI. You guys know I like to bring this up here, and I'm sure that's going to get Tar Heel all kinds of fired up. But it's 51% North Carolina, 49% to the Florida Gators. JD, we're over to you again. What do you think?
Wow, that's shocking.
Home game. Look where it is.
I mean, yeah. I mean, actually, like lives in Charlotte.
Charlotte, yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, I get that, but still, that's just not enough for me here. Okay,
Did that put a wrinkle in your plan? Because it seemed like that froze JD on the spot, hearing that they were the ESPN favorite.
That actually doesn't mess me up. I'm just shocked to hear that. It's just, once again, this Florida. Okay, yeah. Let me just start.
Break it down.
Okay, let's break this down. All right, we actually came on actually here. Be actually for Florida's first game, and I went on and on about how this Florida team is so nasty. They are so good, and then actually they were going to be an undervalued team. Well, so far this season, that is exactly what actually we have seen. I'm pretty sure the ATS, they're actually 7-3 now. And then you have, this actually other UNC team, which everybody knows I am not a fan of. They are now 4-6. They're actually 4-6, actually ATS. But I actually will say, they have played a bunch of tough teams.
They've had a brutal schedule, to be fair. They have had a brutal schedule.
They definitely have.
It's been tough.
But for me here, UNC wants to play fast. I mean, very fast. Florida is very willing to play fast also. Their offense is just so good. But the difference here is when you look at it, Florida, as far as defense, theirs is actually top 25 now.
Yeah.
And UNC's, I can go ahead and tell you, is nowhere close to it.
Yep.
I actually make this line closer to actually -7. I just think UNC just keeps getting too much love. I don't know if it's just because they're such a
brand recognition.
Great comment here by Tar Heel. Name carries weight. I wasn't going to put his comments on until after you finish, but it's a good time to add it. So he's obviously a big North Carolina fan. And when you're hearing from a fan of the program saying he doesn't think this team is good, they are still 6-4, and it does sound like a name carry weight kind of game in this spot. It feels like the books are trying to get you to take Florida, 7th in the nation. People think they're home. When you don't look into the game and you see that they're the team on the right side, they think they're home automatically. So do you think the money's going to be on Florida? Do you think the public's going to be on Florida with only a 3.5-point line? It feels like it's a trap. They're trying to get you to take Florida. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Doesn't mean it's going to be a trap. It's just how it feels with the way the line is.
With that being said, this is a Florida money line, put it into a parlay type of deal for me.
Is that how you're taking it?
I could really see UNC losing this thing by 3 points.
That's exactly what I'm doing also.
Yeah.
So.
You guys are both putting them in a parlay?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't it just be such an RJ Davis move to miss a 3 at the buzzer that could have sent it to overtime?
I'm not going to lie, dude. Every game I've watched of RJ Davis this year, it's made me hate him as a player. This guy's just missed so many open shots. And
RJ Davis has been at UNC longer than freaking black and white television. You know what I mean? This guy's been there for 25 years. He has to move on, please.
So it seems like the two boys in here are both going to be on North Carolina on the money line in a parlay. We have another parlay added from Footy Chancellor, Florida money line plus PSV Eindhoven. You see that, Footy? I know that one. PSV Eindhoven money line. So there you go, a little soccer college basketball parlay for you there. For me, no action for me. This line is stinky. I don't know which way this one is going to go. If this game was a 7-point spread like I anticipated it being, like JD said, I would definitely be on Florida, but this one makes no sense. I'm staying away from it. North Carolina is going to win this game, watch, by 15 points, and it's going to be one of those outlier games for Florida on the year. Just one, I think, going to take off. Don't have a good read on it. Going to be avoiding this game. Fellas, that's going to do it for college basketball, but we have some NBA bets we're going to be going over as well, and a college football game too. So you boys ready to go into the other games we're diving into?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. First game we're going into next is going to be Memphis taking on West Virginia. Memphis is coming into this game 10-2. West Virginia is coming into this game even at 6-6. This is the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Every year I look when they drop the damn bowl schedule, and I make sure I have no plans for the Frisco Bowl because we know it's going to be a freaking fiesta.
Well, Hefe, great segue into it. You tell us what you got in your favorite bowl of the year, the Frisco Bowl.
I'm a big Frisco Bowl guy. If I wasn't tied to work, I would be here. I would be there at the bowl game. But sadly I am. But let's seriously get into this game. West Virginia, Memphis, look. This line was at 4.5 just a few hours ago. It is now at 6.5. A lot of money coming in on Memphis. A lot of money. Why? Because West Virginia ended the year on getting blown out, fired their coach, rehired freaking Rich Rodriguez. He's coming in. It's a team that is just kind of I don't even know what to make of them. I never want to back the team that fires their coach. I don't know how many players they have in the transfer portal. I know that Rich Rodriguez is coming in and they want players who are going to be on this team want to play good for him. And I've read that the interim coach was coaching tonight. These guys want to play hard for him. They would run through a brick wall for him. With that being said, Memphis is a high-powered team on offense. They ended the year pretty solid.
Yes, they did.
They are a good offensive team. I think you could play this game one of two ways. Because this spread, always in the tension, because this spread changed from 4.5 to 6.5, I'm now leaning more towards the over here. I do think both teams can score. If you got the spread at 4.5, I would roll with that, though. That was going to be my official play. I did take it at 4.5 already.
Yep, we're going to have to be transparent here, JD. I'm going to let everybody know when we did our best bets in the morning for the graphic, our producer puts them on around 9:30 a.m., 10 a.m. for us. I did give out Memphis minus 4.5. I have to be transparent. It is now minus 5.5. Some books at 6.5. FanDuel, you can still get it at 5.5 at minus 115. That's exactly what I'm still playing. Memphis is the by far superior team here. We've all seen what West Virginia has done all year, and there's a reason they're making a coaching change. This team has not been good. Their most recent performance was against Texas Tech, where they lost 52-15. They've had a few okay wins this year, but a majority of their wins have been against poor teams, and a lot of their losses were in winnable games. On the other side, Memphis took out a very good Tulane team in their last game, winning 34-24. If you watch this show, even one episode this year during college football season, you know how I feel about this Tulane team. They were fantastic for us. Memphis absolutely took it to them at Tulane as well. Memphis is the far superior team. They have less players that have entered the transfer portal as well. I'm still all over Memphis at 5.5. I know the graphic will say 4.5, but I have to let you guys know I'm still good with it at 5.5. And a great comment by Monzi here. West Virginia lost some good defensive players in the portal. That's exactly what I was just saying. There's more players that have left West Virginia, who's already a worse team, that have left Memphis. So I do think that's going to be a big thing here. And one more comment I want to address. Bet your ass, Mikey Will. You said West Virginia is 6-6. How are they in a bowl game? Let me tell you something right now. The team, I forget who Army was supposed to play at the bowl game in 2 weeks. Marshall had 38 transfers, so they had to pull out. They're currently looking for a 5-win team.
6 wins is bowl eligible.
6 wins is bowl eligible, but they've now opened it up to 5.
I know.
So my point about this, if you let me get it in, Hefe, is you may see some teams coming up that have some weird records. There are going to be a lot of replacements right now because of what the transfer portal is doing. And quickly, I'm going to add, before we go to JD in this game, what a joke it is that the transfer portal happens before the college football playoff and all the bowl
I
games.
always
Let
think
these
so,
kids finish their year, and then they can decide where they're going to go. Footy Chancellor is commenting Rutgers. Rutgers was a 7-win ball club. They were in the Rate.com Bowl against Kansas State.
When
Day
is
after
that
Christmas.
Army
Day after
Bowl?
Christmas. The 28th, I believe, was when the Army Bowl is. But I'll go.
Oh, they already found a replacement. Louisiana Tech, 5-7.
See, they opened it to the 5-win teams, 5-7, insane, all because of the transfer portal. JD, what do you like in this game?
Before JD goes, can I just add one stat? JD,
Absolutely.
I think I'm reading your mind. Memphis team total over is at 32.5.
Knowing JD, that could be it. What do you got, JD?
You know what? I'm going to have to actually pivot now because, yes, the line has moved so much. Yes, I actually was going to be on the over here. I gave this out. I gave this out last night to clients. It was at 58 and it was at 58 and a half. Then it's up to 60 and a half, or either actually 61 and a half, and actually some spots now. This actually Memphis team is a very strong, very good, actually very good offensive team. As far as their passing offense, I believe that they're actually ranked 24th. And as far as rushing, they're actually ranked 51st. And this West Virginia defense throughout the entire year has just not been good. Whenever they have faced a good team, they've given up points. And I mean some of these games they've given up a lot of points.
Yep.
Some of their actually defensive players, I believe Monzy Man said it. They're actually already out. Memphis is going to score here. They're going to score a lot of points. So if you haven't already gotten on the over, the Memphis team total over, I definitely like that. But honestly, the over, I still don't mind it because actually the West Virginia side, their offense is really not that bad. And actually, like Alpha said, their actually head coach has been fired. And actually, the person who they have coaching for them this game is actually going to be their OC. So, in my mind, this is going to be a very they're not going to be able to get stops.
Yeah.
So they have their OC at coach, and they're going to play a very offensive-minded game. So I just see this game going over, and I see it going well over this here.
So you would even take it right now at 60?
I actually would take it still. Yeah.
Let's get it. Let's see a lot more points from Memphis over West Virginia and a ton of points in this game. What else you got, JD?
Basically, yes, as long as it's under the key number of actually 61, you're fine.
That makes perfect sense. I'm with you.
It's 60 and a half, 60 right now, pretty much everywhere.
So if you guys like it, take it now because these lines are only going up. I think the Memphis line's going to keep going as well. I think it does close at 6.5. It's at 5.5, but juiced on the 5.5 side. If you like it and agree with us, take it now. Don't wait. Same with the over. I think that's going to keep steaming up as well.
You're going to see both of these numbers steam up. It's the first bowl game of the season, the only bowl game of the night. It's really the only game, I guess you could say it's competing against the NBA Cup. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Once the Knicks were out, nobody cared. Let's keep it moving, fellas. We're going to be going into the NBA. We only have one game tonight, and that's exactly what we're covering. You can probably guess what the game is.
Knicks are out. I don't care.
Knicks are out. I don't care. Bucks versus the Thunder. Who cares? Like we said, but let's go over the injury report. Giannis is a true game time decision. He's going to play. Don't believe that. Chris Middleton's a true game time decision. He is going to play. Don't believe that. Damian Lillard, true game time decision. Don't believe that. I think he plays as well. On the other side, Jalen, it's all outs. Jang, Holmgren, Adam Flagler, Jalen Williams, and Alex Dukas all have already been ruled out for the OKC Thunder. Hefe, we're going to start with you. What do you like in the NBA Cup championship that nobody cares about?
I can't tell you how nobody cares about this, nor do I still understand it. But the one thing that I do understand is that there's $500,000 up for grabs for every single player and every single coach, right? So I went actually a weird way to look into this game. I looked at the rosters and I was like, which one of these teams has the more players that aren't making a lot of money that the starters are going to want to play harder for to get them that money that, $500,000 ain't nothing. Obviously, it was OKC because their roster is one of the youngest in the league.
Yep.
I just think OKC is going to win. I think they're one of those teams that have that camaraderie aspect where they all kind of love each other, all very close. Those, your SGAs, your Hartensteins, your big money guys on the team, they're gonna play really hard so that everybody on this team, especially the guys, number 12, number 14 on the roster, all the way down the bench, can get their money. So I'm gonna take OKC here. It's a -4.5. I just think this is a game where if it gets a little far, I could see it being a blowout.
Yeah, I agree with Joe's question here. The only question is, do you take the points with OKC or the money line? I think you guys can understand where I'm going with that just by that. I'm all over OKC minus the 4.5. They're the more complete team. And also, Middleton's getting back into the fold. I saw another comment here by Joe that Middleton's points at 7.5. I don't mind that. I just don't think he's in rhythm, and he's obviously not in midseason form. So I don't think this is a huge benefit to this Bucks team. If he scores 8 points, isn't that basically the same as anybody coming off the bench who's been giving them 6 to 8 points per game? So I don't believe it's a big impact having Middleton back this early. And I still think this OKC team is one of the best complete teams in the NBA. They know spacing. They know how to move the ball. They play good defense, and they play together. In a game like this, I think that's going to make all the difference. Give me OKC minus 4.5. Out of all my plays today, this is by far my favorite one. Let's cash OKC to win the cup and to cover the game. JD, what do you got? I almost called you Footy. JD, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm actually right there. Actually, with actually y'all here, I mean, the Thunder to me currently they're actually just the
stats don't count
team here. And for me, the only way I can see the Bucks winning this game is they're gonna have to shoot the actual 3 ball, and they're gonna have to shoot it very well. Because that's the only way they're gonna be able to win this game. And then to go back to what Joe said, I believe his comment. What you need to do, Joe, you need to take the money line here. You need to pair it with the Florida one, because both of these teams are actually going to win.
You know what? Throw in a little Memphis in there too. Why not? Let's get crazy.
Wow.
Why not?
Wow.
Let me do some math. Let me do some math.
Al dente. I like it. JD, what else you got?
But actually, as far as my actual official play on this game though is that you can actually get that parlay. Well, I actually got it earlier at a +131. I think as far as actually UNC money, I actually think that we may actually see some there. So if you wait, you can maybe even get it a little bit better price there. So
I think so as well. I think if you wait, you will get a better price. I think it's kind of odd today. We're all very similar in bets. So JD, we'll be back tomorrow. We're either going to be in a great mood and the chat is going to be fired up because we gave out a bunch of winners, or we're going to have to go into hiding tomorrow for how much we're all on the same side in agreement today. Couple things left on this show that we still have to do. Let's go over the current promotion that we have in MoneyBall Metrics. So, guys, Christmas sale for MoneyBall Metrics, all access. Get everyone's picks for the rate of just $39 per month. You also lock in that rate of $39 per month. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. You know, when Moneyball Metrics drops a promotion, you want to utilize them because it is the best Discord, the best community, and the best group of guys you could be a part of. So come join us, come win with us, and let's win together. We would love to see you in the Moneyball Metrics Discord. Fellas, there's one more thing that we still have to do on this show today. And it's the reason we keep bringing Hefe back, because he doesn't seem to lose at these. But let's get into our best bets for today, Tuesday, December 17th. Hefe, how many best bets you got for the people today?
I got 3 and a little sprinkle on top, per usual. Holiday season, everybody likes sprinkles. Let's roll with Clemson moneyline versus their game in South Carolina today on the hardwood. I just think Clemson's the better team defensively. I think JD spoke to it. They're better defensively in every single category over South Carolina. Blocks, steals, efficiency, points per game, name it, they're better. Let's move on to the professional hardwood, OKC. Officially, I'm taking the spread. I do think OKC wins this game. In general, if this NBA Cup aside, if this game was, on the home floor of Oklahoma City, let's just say, this would be closer to a 6.57 point spread. OKC's a more complete and better team right now than Milwaukee is. And last, I'm gonna roll with Memphis. I did take him at -4.5, but obviously right now it's not that. I would roll with the team total over of 31.5 and -140 odds as probably just as safe as a play. And my little sprinkle on top, I made a mention to it, 3-team moneyline parlay OKC. Memphis versus West Virginia to win the Frisco Bowl, and Florida versus North Carolina on the hardwood. That's a plus 250 right there. That's a nice little
But what about PSV Eindhoven?
I'm not going to lie to you. I typed it into my DraftKings and my screen just went blank. I'm pretty sure I just got hijacked.
That's a sign. At least you know now not to bet it. You learn when the betting gods are telling you to stay the F away. Stay the F away. I'll go into mine next, guys. And by the way, you guys know we're giving you the best transparency possible because the graphic is going to say one number, but you hear from every single person on the show updated numbers and updated odds. We're not giving you guys stale numbers. We're giving you real numbers and real bets because you know a lot of people will lock in a bet early in the day, a lot of cappers at a certain number, and then it changes, and they still give out that number. We refuse to do that on the show. So over to my best bets. I'm going to be taking OKC minus the 4.5 and Memphis tonight minus the 5.5. Those are my two best bets of the day. JD, what you got?
Let's go back to that first game we talked about. Give me Clemson. Give me them on the money line at minus 120. I actually like them up to around actually minus 3 there.
Wow.
So yeah, I absolutely love that one.
Here's what I found.
I was trying to.
What did you find?
Yeah, the Apple Watch decided to start talking to me there. I was trying to find another game to replace this Memphis and West Virginia play. But that I was going to give you a North Florida play. But that
nothing like the northern part of Florida, man. Let me tell you. Wow.
Basically Alabama.
A lot of athletes.
I let JD get these words out, Jesus.
But I just looked at that one, and that total has actually moved 4 points. So I can't give you that one either. So screw it. Let's actually stay with this one. Give me Memphis and West Virginia. Give me the over there. That's at a 60 and a half now at minus 110.
I love it.
And then give me a parlay. Give me Florida. And then I should give me the Thunder. Give me them parlayed at plus 131.
There we go. And let me put the sheet up. But y'all already know I'm not going to explain it again. Minor reversed. It's OKC 4.5, Memphis 5.5. Hefe is on Memphis 5.5, OKC 4.5 as well. And y'all can see all the winners from JD. Fellas, we've gone over a little college football. We've gone over a little NBA. We've gone over a little college basketball. And we've gone over a little NFL recap. It's been a lot to the show today. And like we said earlier, tomorrow we're either going to be very happy coming on, JD, or we're going to be very upset. I have a feeling we're going to be very happy. JD, any parting words for the people before we get out of here?
Yes, tomorrow we're going to be very happy because I just have that feeling, sometimes you just got that feeling where today's going to be a good day. We're all going to win. It's just going to be a great day. And to close it out, let's fucking win.
Let's fucking win. Hefe, get us out of here. What do you got for the people?
Number 22 ranked Dayton 9-2 at home, hosting 5-4 UNLV. Dayton 8-0 at home. People, these Dayton are flying. We're taking them at minus 10.5 as our special secret sauce. Matter of fact, add them to the freaking parlay with PSG, PSV. Doesn't matter.
Wow. What a delivery. What a finish. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Have a great Rucker jacket. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace, everybody.